Good morning, everyone. Hello. Hi, this is Miss Lady at 4206 Boomer, and I'm here in my garden today. And I thought I would take y'all with me as I go through. I'm having a cat problem. Y'all, the cat has finally decided to dump in my garden bed. So I'm gonna have to do something to try to dissuade it. And I'm gonna drop some pots and plants that I have. I'm gonna drop my sweet potatoes and the peppers and stuff that I have out in the back. But right now, I'm gonna kind of sit here and just chat with you all for a little while because the yard man just left, and now the garbage people are coming around, and all of the noise from those trucks. So they're on the street across from me. I'm sorry, I'm moving you all around. So I'm gonna just sit here, and of course, while I was waiting on the yard men to leave, I made me a good cup of coffee, and then they left. So and I said, well, let me drink my cup of coffee, and now the garbage people. How how are you all today, and what's going on? It's a nice overcast day here in Texas, and it's a little cool, y'all. So I'm gonna sit here and chat and see what's going on. How's y'all's garden? I was watching a program on a channel, and a young lady told me what I did wrong. And I'm at a point where, as she said, just leave it. The damage is done. I had came out earlier and said that I had planted potatoes in a bed, and I didn't know. Uh, I had forgotten why I was planting those peppers in that bed. Well, the potatoes, because I had left the bed open. Then I remembered I was leaving it open for my sweet potato slips that I had ordered, but I had forgotten. So then it turns out some of my tomatoes were too large, and I'll show those to you. And so I just put them in the bed. You don't plant potatoes and tomatoes together. I got it. Thank you, ma'am. But as you said, if I've already done it, it's already done. The difference is in something that they both put off. But anyway, those are not all of my tomatoes, but those were some that I wanted to see what they would be like. I never really get any other than two San Margianos per plant. They just don't grow. It's too hot here, I guess. I don't know. It might be me planting them wrong. So, as I say, I am not a true gardener. I'm a person who loves plants and like to grow things. And I like growing plants, and I just put it in the ground. And you know how the old women would I never saw anybody growing plants in their house or anything like that. They would just, come outside and put some seeds in the ground, and if I messed with them long enough, they would give me a few seeds, and I'd go over and try my little garden, stuff like that. And I just said, since this is me and I'm retired, why not find something to do to keep me entertained in the house instead of just sitting up watching the TV, or you can only clean so long. You can only wash so many clothes. So this is why, and as I said earlier, dealing with my family, my issues as far as me being a primary caregiver. So for like 10 years. So this is my hobby. And as my mother said, if you just stick your thumb in the ground, something will grow. So that's what I've been doing now. It'll grow. Sometimes it's not the most fabulous or whatever, but so that's why that's my gardening. And I say, okay, I want potatoes, I plant potatoes. I say I want tomatoes, I plant tomatoes. But as far as the true, I guess if I know I could if I decided to, try to pay attention, learn the leaves and all of this other stuff, the culture behind them, and what is it that they're, I'm learning some of the companion plants. But I laughed at myself. I said, what's the point of stressing myself out trying to learn all of this? Old as I am, I can't remember where my keys are. Why am I going to try to do that? I said, give me something else to get confused. I'm looking for some keys for my house right now. I can't find and a purse, a whole purse. Okay, so that just tells you that. And then I'm gonna start trying to do all of this gardening knowledge. We're gonna pass. We're gonna get what we get and accept it and be thankful for it. That's the way I am. And watching you on YouTube, getting those little tidbits of information, like I learned not to do tomatoes and potatoes together. All right. So, and this is my first year growing corn. I didn't know you had to grow it so much at one time. So I'm learning, but I just have the desire. Now I can throw it out there, but whether or not it's gonna make it, or is it the right season? I say if it comes up, it was the right season. Okay, but that's not true all the time, y'all. Okay, plants are gonna grow. Okay. So I'm gonna drink this cup of coffee. Oh, y'all, I got a little old cheap coffee mug, and I don't know if you can see it. And I didn't, and I thought about it. I bought it because of what it says. It says, grow through what you go through. So I'm growing my vegetables as I go through dealing with life. Just no, yeah. We aspire to this point in our lives when we were young. They say, get grown, get your education, get your job, decide your profession, which get your house, and you're always just working to get those, working to get that, working to get that. And then when you get it, you're too old, and then you're tired, and nobody wants to be bothered. They think, well, mine is. Y'all, we can be some kind of people. But anyway, um, life is still good. I'm here. Things are well with my family and people that I know. And so we just gonna hang out with each other. And as I say, I'm still not trying to get into nobody's business. I'm not trying, and I'm glad we've calmed down as far as from what I've been looking at on YouTube. Thank you all so very much. And for those, I really am. You have my empathy for those that are really trying to make a living through YouTube. And I understand the struggle is real and the grind and the hustle. And I really am. You have my empathy, and y'all keep on going, but just do it with dignity, and it'll all be okay at the end. Because see, like now, here I am sitting. I made it through. You can too. Okay, you can do it. If I did it, anybody you see, oh, we okay, and we did it in a more rougher time. Okay. Woo. Okay. So, and it's supposed to rain all of next week. Today is what, Friday. Today is Friday, and it is supposed to rain all of next week. It is so overcast and cloudy here now, and I'm wondering whether or not it's going to start next week or start today. But anyway, it's at the end of the time for my potatoes to be pulled. They had I was pulling them on the first of the month, June. I hope they don't get waterlogged and rot out. This is the end. This is the very, and I don't want to pull them early because I don't really get that much. I don't plant that many potatoes, but and so that means I don't get that big of a yield. So, but I would like to keep all that I can get. And I'm not going to be greedy. Let me just leave that alone. Y'all, I'm even getting little watermelons. So what I'm gonna do today is pull all of these things that I had to cover my peas, and I am going to put a piece of that wire. Here we go with that wire again, and put that across there. I'm glad I said that I don't have the my pliers to cut that. So, that's why I said I'm sit here and I'm gonna talk to y'all because I end up mumbling. See, I forget I'm talking to y'all. I'm so used to just talking to me, and I don't talk loud, and I'll be going. So that's why I was sitting here giving you a chance. I am going to take and cover all of this with this wire, and they'll have to just grow up through it. It's not that a thin. It's not such a close gauge wire that the plants can't grow through it, and then they can use that also to vine up on. We trying to keep the cat out. All right, y'all. The coughing and cooled off, and I am going to have to go off and get my. Well, I'll take this loose first so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can get y'all to follow me, and then this will take care of that. I wonder if y'all were following me in the first place. Where are you? Okay, let me get on here for you all to follow. And no, you're not. One more time. Yes. Nope. All right, y'all. I'm going to stop doing y'all like that. So this is going to have to be canceled.